Let's paint this chair that we thrifted for only $12. Will it turn out? Is it worth it? Let's find out. This chair also came with some damage, but I really wanted to leave this wood stained, so I'm going to try my hand at fixing it and staining it to match the wood. Alright, I was really nervous about this project, so I first tested some paint on the bottom of the cushion. I cleaned it first, and then I brushed on some very watered down fusion mineral paint on one side, and then some very watered down country chic chalk paint on the other side. And then I let the paint dry until the next day. While I waited for that to dry, I mixed up some Quick Wood and filled in the damage on the wood. Quick Wood is a 2-part epoxy wood filler that you just cut the amount you want, then knead it together until it's one color. Then you have about 15 minutes to work with it. I sanded the damage a little bit to help the Quick Wood stick, and then I pushed the Quick Wood into the damage. Then I used a metal scraper and some water to get it shaped. It took about 15 minutes to get it just right, and then to make some wood grain marks in it with a razor blade. While that dried, I tested the wood repair kit that I bought that has a bunch of paint in different wood colors. I was super nervous about this particular part. How in the world can I get it to look like the real wood? I don't know, but I was willing to try it. I picked some colors that I thought might be similar to what is in the finish already. Then I blended some of them on a popsicle stick to see what would happen. The instructions from the kit say to start with lighter colors and then layer on the darker colors, so that's what I tried to do. And I used the brushes that came in the kit to blend the colors together. I thought that they looked kind of close to the original wood color, but not exact. Then I walked away from the project for a day to let everything dry completely. The next day, I sanded the Quick Wood lightly with 120 grit sandpaper to smooth it all out and make it flush with the wood around it. Then I sanded it with 220 grit sandpaper just to finish it up. And of course, I used my shop vac to suck up the dust. Here's what it looked like close up. Doesn't that look so good? At this point, I realized that I forgot to clean all of the wood, so I cleaned everything with crud cutter and an old damp rag. I'm not gonna lie, those armrests were pretty disgusting and had a lot of grime on them, but it came off pretty easily with the crud cutter. Then I cleaned the fabric. I used this Bissell upholstery cleaner to clean it. Since this chair was thrifted, I wanted to clean it. You never know what people do and what was on the chair, but it also kind of served to get the chair wet. When I've read other tutorials, they usually get the fabric wet before painting it, so that's what I did. And then I mustered up the courage to try matching the repair to the wood color. I started by blending the original wood and bamboo yellow colors. If you look close at the wood finish, there's some yellow under all the brown, and so these looked the closest to that. I just painted the Quick Wood and the wood that I had sanded down to bare wood. If I got any of the paint on the wood, I just wiped it off, and then I let it dry completely. Then I tested the paint on the cushion. Not shown, I sanded the paint on the front cushion with 220 grit sandpaper to loosen the fibers, and then I waxed that paint. Sanding made the fabric way less stiff, but the fusion mineral paint on the left side still felt more stiff than the country chic chalk paint on the right. It seemed like the country chic chalk paint side almost felt like the original fabric. So I mixed up more country chic paint to paint the rest of the chair. I mixed some green fireworks paint with a teal jitterbug paint and then some leftover country chic paint that I had mixed up for another project, and some black paint too. I have no idea how much of each is in it. I just mixed until I liked the color. By the time that was done, the paint on the repair was dry, so I grabbed a few more colors to try. Yellow sandalwood, black walnut, and brown walnut. I brushed the lighter colors on first, and then I brushed on the darker color. It still didn't look very good, but hey, it was getting there, right? I let that dry while I ate lunch, and then I came back down and brushed on another layer of those same colors. And then if you look close at the finish, there are these infamous black speckles in the finish. So I used the black paint and a toothbrush to create some speckles. I let all of that dry while I went and ran some errands, but when I got back, I thought it looked pretty good. It just needed one more thing. Have you ever heard of Old English? It's a dark oil that you rub onto wood that has scratches and dings, and it hides the scratches by staining the scratches dark. So I wiped that over the repair and voila! It blended it all in and gave it the same finish. I honestly have to get really close to the repair now to see where it's at, and I can't believe that I did that. Seriously, it was not as bad as I thought that it was gonna be. Okay, back to painting the fabric. I added a bunch of water to the paint, maybe 50%, and then I brushed it onto the chair. I started with my favorite zebra round paintbrush, and I ended up painting the chair with the 3-inch trim paintbrush. It was just so much easier to get into the cracks and into the welting with the straight angled brush. Painting the fabric was honestly so easy until I had to get into the welting and the cracks and the behind the cushion. That was a pain. Oh my goodness. I didn't tape off the wood, I just wiped the paint off with a wet rag within a few seconds of it getting on the wood. Then I let the paint dry until the next day, and here is what it looked like. You can still see the different color of fabric because the paint was really watered down. Also, I didn't mix up enough paint, so I had to make more, and since I didn't have the exact measurements from the first batch, I just mixed something that was similar. And then I painted another coat on all of the fabric for a total of 2 coats of paint, and then I let it all dry again until the next day. The fabric felt pretty stiff by this point, so I sanded it with 220 grit sandpaper to loosen the fibers. Then I vacuumed up all of the dust. It all felt pretty soft at this point, but I couldn't just leave the chalk paint all sanded like this, so I brushed some soft wax all over the paint. This Real Milk Paint soft wax is my favorite wax, and it was easy to brush on with a brush that I use only for waxing. The wax made the color even deeper, but it didn't get rid of all of the sanding marks that were created, especially those lines on the side. To finish it all off, I wiped some Old English on all of the wood to hide the scratches and dings. As a refresher, here's what it looked like before, and here's what it looks like now. Overall, I am so happy with how it turned out. I love the worn look of the painted fabric, and I am obsessed with how good that wood repair turned out. I don't love the lines on the side of the chair that were created when I sanded the paint. They are right where the edge of a piece of wood is inside of the chair, and I wish I would have just painted those lines and then lightly sanded that area again, but I didn't. Painting the cracks and the crevices of the fabric was the hardest part, but I would do it again if it meant saving a few $100 on a chair. What do you think of the new look? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more. Are you confused and not sure where to start with your furniture makeover? Don't worry, I got your back. Click the link in my comment to download our free painting checklist so you can paint your furniture as if you hired a professional to do it.